Hello everyone, this is Dr. Amin Nawar, consultant of veterinary surgery. This is a simple video a teaching video for simple rhegmatogenous retinal detachment. This is a fresh nasal detachment here with upper nasal break, operculated break as you see here. This is 25 gauge pars plana vitrectomy. Here I'm doing my core vitrectomy as you see here, trying to remove all the cortical vitreous. As you see, the detachment is localized to the nasal aspect and there is posterior vitreous detachment, so I didn't need to induce active PVD in such a case because actually there was PVD from the start. Here I'm trying to remove all the vitreous from the peripheral part, especially over the upper nasal break. As you see here, this is the site of the break here. I'm trying to remove all the vitreous from the peripheral part. This is the lower nasal and the lower part here. And then I put triamcinolone to make sure that I have removed all the posterior hyaloid, and actually I didn't find any remnants, especially over the nasal part. With the aid of the back flush with positive pressure, I tried to remove all the remnants of the posterior hyaloid. Now I do endodothermy around the upper nasal break to mark the break, and this is another atrophic upper temporal one. Here I'm trimming the edge of the break as you see here gently. Continue to remove all the peripheral vitreous as much as you can. With the end gripping forces, I try to remove any traction and remnants of the posterior hyaloid as you see here gently to free all the detached part. This is a bleeding point. I try to do diathermy and then I check the periphery for breaks. Here I preferred to put PFO to flatten the posterior pool. First, I put PFO till the posterior and the anterior edge of the primary break. I didn't fill all the retina in the primary in the first step. And then under PFO, I try to shave more and more of the peripheral vitreous as you see here. Then I add more PFO to flatten all the retina. Okay, here, this is a stage of endolaser. I am lasering now the upper nasal break as you see here. And in all my cases, I do 360 degrees laser barrage in most of cases. This is an area of debate. Some surgeons prefer to laser the breaks only, but up till now I do laser over the breaks, even atherogenic breaks and the primary break. This is a primary hole as you see here, the upper temporal one. I'm lasering the upper temporal hole, and I prefer to do 306 degrees laser in all rhegmatogenous retinal detachment cases, even with localized detachment as you see here. I believe in laser barrage. And this is a point of debate. As I mentioned, that some surgeons don't prefer to do 306 degrees laser barrage and do only the primary break and atherogenic breaks for sure. Here I'm continuing the fluid air exchange. Simply, I put the back flush needle over the primary break here until the PFO comes to the posterior edge. As you see here, the retina flattened under the PFO. But with the aid of the back flush and the fluid air exchange, I put the back flush first over the primary break until I'm sure that the PFO reached the posterior edge and bypassed the posterior edge of the break, and then move your back flush more centrally. As you see here, now the PFO extended beyond the posterior edge of the break. Move your back flush now over the optic nerve to finish the fluid air exchange, as you see here. I preferred to continue more laser over the lower nasal part because I found it was insufficient after fluid air exchange. Add more laser in the nasal and the lower nasal part to make sure that the retina is totally attached, and this is a final photo, completely attached retina under air. Thank you so much.